The bull wagon, 100 years ago. It moved 20 tons of freight in 3 wagons from Fort Benton on the Missouri River to Fort Calgary. At the rate of 10 miles a day, the very progress it brought was pushed aside in favor of faster means of transportation. But good ideas don't die. They come back in shining new forms. This, then, is the bull wagon of the new century, the triple trailer.
If you traveled between Calgary and Edmonton on Highway 2 during the summer and fall of 1969, you probably witnessed the first appearance of triple-trailer truck combinations operating in Alberta. What you could not see was that these vehicles were under close observation by personnel of the Alberta Department of Highways and Transport. It was during this period that these long units were tested to determine the effects they had on traffic and roads. A year earlier, the Alberta Highway Traffic Board received a request from the Alberta Motor Transport Association on behalf of Canadian Freightways Limited to operate triple-trailer trucks on this stretch of highway. The request was referred to the Minister of Highways and Transport, the Honourable Gordon Taylor.
The use of triple-trailer combinations have a definite economic benefit to commerce. However, we felt that the safety and convenience of other drivers is of greater importance. And therefore, to ascertain the effects which the added length and weight of the triple trailers would have, the government decided that a period of scientific testing would be carried out by the professional engineers in the Department of Highways and Transport. We were, of course, aware that such units had been tested in parts of the United States, but we wished to have more comprehensive tests on our own highways. The trial period began in July 1969.
During July, August, and September, the triple-trailer combinations were kept under close observation during scheduled trips. Department officials traveled ahead of and behind the units to watch for possible interference with other traffic.
Detailed tests were arranged to provide full information on such important factors as sway, weave, passing ability, maneuverability, highway speeds, braking, and operation in rain and snow. Stopping ability and stability were important factors in determining the triple trailer's suitability for use on Alberta's highways. Not only was it necessary to determine if the units could stop in a reasonable distance, but could they do it without swerving or jackknifing?
The Canadian trucking industry has always looked for ways to remain competitive. In recent years, other modes of transportation have used smaller trucks and vans in the pickup and delivery stages of freight movement to provide a service that is almost equal to truck service. These other modes offer a very competitive price due to lower line haul costs. One of the innovations that can help keep the trucking industry competitive is the use of longer combination vehicles, or LCVs. Trucks come in all shapes, sizes, and configurations, from the standard straight truck used mainly in city operations, to the 5-axle semi-trailer, which is perhaps the most commonly used truck, to the doubles units. A truck or truck combination engineered for the job for which it's intended to be used, along with a good comprehensive preventive maintenance program, makes today's heavy vehicles as safe to operate as any other vehicle. The person behind the wheel is also a determining factor in the cost of maintenance and the safe operation of any vehicle. To remain competitive, the trucking industry must hire only fully competent drivers who can and will operate their trucks efficiently and safely. More productive trucks greatly lower costs of operation. Longer combination vehicles are the answer to lower operating costs and higher productivity. Longer combination vehicles, or LCV, is an innovation that can help the Canadian trucking industry remain competitive. The ability to carry greater loads to their destination quickly and efficiently is the key factor. The purpose of this course is to show experienced drivers the advantages of these larger units and to assist in their safe operation in accordance with permits issued by regulatory agencies. Hookup always begins with the rearmost trailers, in this case, the second and third trailers. First, line up the converter to the second or leading trailer. Then, simply drop the eye on the tongue over the hook. Close the hook and ensure that the lock is in the proper locked position. Then push the dolly converter under the third or last trailer. The kingpin on the trailer must be attached securely to the fifth wheel on the dolly converter. The only way to ensure that the jaws are around the kingpin and that the locking mechanism is in the positive lock position is to do a visual check. Next, hook up the air lines, electrical cord, and safety chains. Then open the air supply lines to supply air to the trailer. Line everything up in a manner that allows both tongues to be hooked to the lead trailer at the same time. Then close the pintle hooks and ensure that they're properly locked. The converter can now be backed under the trailer for hookup. Next, visually check the fifth wheel to ensure that the jaws are around the trailer kingpin and that they're properly locked. Then hook up the air lines, electrical cord, and fasten the safety chains. Open the air valves to supply air to the trailer. The C converter is equipped with a self-steering mechanism controlled by air pressure. The driver can set this pressure in accordance with load and road conditions. Less air pressure allows easier steering. More makes it harder to steer. Manufacturer's specifications must be followed in setting these air pressures. Integral part of the lead trailer. The suspension can be moved out from under the trailer. There's a fifth wheel mounted on the suspension for the purpose of hooking to another trailer. The suspension is held in place by a locking mechanism or long pins that pass through the frame. The pins are removed to allow the suspension to slide. Whenever this suspension is moved either out from under the trailer or back under the trailer, it's of utmost importance that the trailer be in a level position. If the front of the trailer is too high or too low, it'll cause the suspension to bind and become very difficult to move. When the suspension slides to the extended position, the mechanism that holds the suspension in that position is locked into place. The unit can now be backed under the following trailer for hookup. Visually check the fifth wheel for positive lock on the trailer kingpin. Next, hook up the air lines and electrical cord and open the air valves to allow air to flow to the following trailer. Line everything up in a manner that allows both tongues to be hooked to the lead trailer at the same time. Then close the pintle hooks and ensure that they're properly locked. The converter can now be backed under the trailer for hookup. Next, visually check the fifth wheel to ensure that the jaws are around the trailer kingpin and that they're properly locked. Then hook up the air lines, electrical cord, and fasten the safety chains. Open the air valves to supply air to the trailer. The C converter is equipped with a self-steering mechanism controlled by air pressure. The driver can set this pressure in accordance with load and road conditions. Less air pressure allows easier steering. More makes it harder to steer. Manufacturer's specifications must be followed in setting these air pressures.